To help your resume stand out from the rest of them, you want to use lively, vivid terms, and that's where these action verbs come in. You can find a whole slew of these by doing a Google search, but keep in mind it wants to show you want to show what you've accomplished. And so use words that describe what you've done and make it sound as vivid and make you sound as action-oriented and driven as possible. Capabilities and skills. Highlight your technical skills. Mention the ability to use the internet, software programs, social media, office equipment, communication technology tools. Of course, everybody uses the internet now, but you may have special skills in Excel, for instance, or Access, data management software. Be able to, you might even have a Microsoft certification in some area. Those kind of skills, especially, I'd say right now, Excel is just a very powerful tool. And if you know how to make use of it for statistical analysis as well as for organizing data and sorting and those kind of things, that's a very useful skill set. Emphasize your non-technical skills, what we sometimes call soft skills. Give evidence for communication, management, and interpersonal skills. Employers want more than empty assurances. This is where you might show through any leadership positions you've had, and you can emphasize the role of you as a communicator and an organizer of people, and you bringing others along, including others in discussions and that sort of thing. Awards, honors, and activities. These show that you are well-rounded. List the awards and extracurricular activities, especially if they demonstrate leadership, teamwork, reliability, loyalty, initiative, efficiency, and self-sufficiency. Loyalty, for instance, to show that you are part of an organization and you've participated and maybe you have grown in your leadership roles from year to year. Maybe you were a freshman rep on the SGA, and then you were sophomore rep, and then maybe you became treasurer, and then maybe you were vice president, president, something like that. Same thing in your social club. You want to be looking for these opportunities, not to pad your resume, by the way, although that's not irrelevant, but so that you can truly grow in these areas. Maybe you've identified early on some let's say nonprofit or some sort of charity work in the area, and you have as a freshman or sophomore you started working with the YMCA, or you started mentoring, or you started tutoring in the Learning Assistance Center or something like that. To show that you've done that for several years emphasizes that they were happy with what you did, that you found something that you became more accomplished at. So those things are important, and you want to, when putting together a resume, you want to think back to experiences that you've had and try to frame them in the best possible light. And of course, if you're a sophomore, you want to think in terms of building your resume, and again, not just putting in line items, but thinking of experiences that will help you get that. Organizations and that will help you get the experience you need to become the person that you can and want to be, and that will be somebody that's appealing to to those looking for leaders and talent. Maximizing the rank of your resume includes specific keywords or key phrases. What you'll want to do is, for a particular job listing, see what it is they're looking for and include those keywords. They're looking for somebody with teamwork, special software that they want you to be accomplished with. Leadership, roles, or look for those opportunities to include those. Look for keywords and the opportunities to include those in your resume. Focus on nouns, formatting simple. We'll talk later on about parallelism in your resume and in other types of communication that can help make more clear your communication, your message, and make it more memorable. Use variations of the job title, concentrate on the skills section, and use conventional headings. In other words, the organizations that we've talked about, the main headings and so on, education, awards, don't go too far afield of what they're looking for, or you may find out that yours is such an odd, let's say, presentation that they don't know what to make of it. It's great if you can put together a portfolio, and this is an e-portfolio here that would provide more detail than is included just in your resume. Include relevant coursework. You might list all your courses in that. The resume is a real summary. It's a presentation on a single page of you, your experiences, your accomplishments, your education, your extracurricular activities. That gives a flavor of what you're like as an individual. And so an e-portfolio, that is all this information as you see here in digital form, can really make it very easy to send to someone. Let's say give them a much better, more detailed picture of who you are and what you've accomplished. A video resume enables you to demonstrate public speaking, interpersonal, and technical skills. And done well, it might give you an edge. Done poorly, it could drop you from contention. That is, a video resume needs to be, if you choose to do that and make that available, needs to be done very well. You wouldn't want to do this just as an afterthought. Once it's out there, it's out there. Okay, we talked finally about the cover message, the cover letter that goes with your resume. In some cases you might not need a cover letter, but let's say that you're applying for a particular job and there's somebody in particular this resume needs to go to. A nicely done letter can really help to get some attention and give you a leg up. And a poorly done one can maybe even keep your resume from even being done. If you can't do it well, don't do it. But a cover message or cover letter can be very helpful. They're the basic parts: opening, body, and closing. Openings, possible openings for solicited jobs. That is one where the company is looking for someone and has advertised it. Refer to the name of an employee in the company. If somebody, for instance, contacted you, or you have a contact person's name, refer to the source of your information. Where did you find out about this job? Was it on a website? Was it from a job fair? Was it someone that you know personally? Refer to the job title and describe how your qualifications fit the requirements. In other words, they've got your resume there, but you've got a chance here to make, let's say, make a little bit stronger connection between you and your resume and that job opportunity. The next section, openings for unsolicited jobs. That is where you're approaching a company that does not necessarily have an advertised job opening. Demonstrate an interest in and knowledge of the reader's business. Let's say you're particularly interested in healthcare, and you've decided to send to send your resume to a group of hospitals. They don't know who you are. They haven't asked. They're not hiring necessarily, but you're interested in at least having them look at your resume. So show that you've got an interest in. Why is it that you're interested in healthcare? Why in particular in this geographical area, for instance? Show how your special talents and background will benefit the company. What is it? Maybe a special class you took in healthcare management. Maybe an internship that you had. Maybe it's somebody that you, with that particular, I'm thinking hospitals now, that hospital that you shadowed one day to, and learned about their job, and you'd like to do what they do. In the body of the message, you want to promote your strengths, explain how your preparation and your experience fill the job requirements. Choose your strongest qualifications and show how they fit the targeted job. In general, you want to emphasize your strong points first and foremost. Demonstrate personal traits such as working on a team, showing initiative, learning new tasks easily, good organization skills, learning how to balance, a challenging schedule of, say, academic work and internship and part-time work off campus and those kind of things. Sell yourself. Refer the reader to your resume. So again, the resume is a summary, and it's not going to replace, this letter is not going to replace the letter. the letter is not going to replace the resume. It's going to really, hopefully, give your resume a harder look, more serious look than it otherwise would have gotten. And then finally, closing. Ask for an interview. That's one thing we'll see when we get to persuasive letters. You're going to have to at some point ask, what is it that you want? As I like to put it, what does success look like here? Now, obviously, it would be a job offer, but you have to walk before you can run, and so ask for the job interview. Tie your request to reader benefits. How is it? Again, not how this job is going to help you, but how you believe you can help this company. Sound sincere and appreciative. Make it easy to respond. That is, tell them how you can be reached. Give them options, for instance, telephone, email options, so they don't have to search around to find out how to get back in touch with you. That's the end of these notes for Chapter 15, and I'll see you in class.